Hello and welcome back to Cars of Glasgow, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 2007 Lexus IS. This is actually my particular Lexus IS and it's the Lexus IS 250, so stay tuned for this video. So I'll start off with the basics. The Lexus IS is Lexus's compact saloon car in the market and rivals BMW 3 Series, Audi's A4, Mercedes-Benz C-Class. It came out about 1999-2000 with the Lexus IS 200 and later I think we had the IS 300. It got replaced in 2005 with this, which is the IS 250, and there was also a diesel variant called the IS 220D or 220 diesel. So this is the IS 250, which uses a 2.5 litre variable valve timing V6 engine that produces about 204 brake horsepower, and it also has a 6-speed automatic gearbox that's shared with Toyota products. So stay tuned and we're going to carry on with the front of the car. Nice Q8 just drove by. There we go. So, Lexus IS, let's start off. Small compact saloon designed to compete with BMW's 3 Series, which is kind of the kingpin of the compact saloon market. Also, we've got things like Mercedes-Benz C-Class and Audi's A4 are the main German rivals that this competes with. Came out, I think late 90s it was designed, I think 2000 it was launched, and it came out as the IS 200, and then an IS 300 came out, and they were really driver-focused cars. Quite a big hit for Lexus, and it's actually one of the best selling Lexuses here in the UK since it's launched as the Lexus IS. This is the second generation. It came out in 2005. You could get this as a 250 or a 220, which is the diesel one. I think it used a Mercedes-Benz diesel actually for that one, and that's a less desirable one if you're looking at it as an option on the used car market. You see prices for them are a bit lower, and you get them as a manual transmission only. The IS 250 uses a 2.5 litre V6 which produces about 204 brake horsepower, and you can get that for a 6-speed manual, or this is equipped with the 6-speed automatic. And the automatic is the one I'd really go for, as around town it's really kind of soft, comfortable, slushes all the gears together, takes the kind of any stress of driving out the way, and that's kind of what Lexus are really designed for in general, is that kind of soft, slushy driving experience that detaches from the road. If you really put the foot down you can hear that V6, but 9 times out of 10 it's such a quiet, comfortable ride, quiet car, quiet cabin, wind noise is very low, and even right now just driving around at 20 miles per hour or so, hopefully not hearing too much from the outdoor noise. Just that's what I love about this car, it's just such a nice comfortable cruise, and it really feels something from the car class above, like E-Class 5 Series kind of size in terms of quality of the cabin noise. Overall cabin quality is pretty high, quite like the spongy dashboard. We've got a nice touchscreen here that's very easy to use. You can use it for your climate control, a touch of a button. Your audio, you can switch from your radio station. Sat nav works not too bad as well. It does have some sort of voice print, which I've tried once or twice, but with all these systems it's either not understanding my Scottish accent or it's just not picking up something I'm saying, but I just use it manually and put the postcode in and it works pretty well. Obviously might want to update it if you're looking at a 2007 model. Really like the gauges in this car, like how when you first start off it's all blacked out, and then you start it up it does a little sweep with the white LED lights. I think that's really something special. You don't really see that too often, especially this generation of car, and it's quite a nice easy to read feature as well. You can turn the brightness up and down obviously, and you've got a little display in the middle you can flick through, and you can see things like your miles to a gallon, your range, what gear you're in, etc. While we're talking about miles to a gallon, you can expect about 30 miles to a gallon combined driving. If you're doing a lot of motorway journeys, maybe staying about 50 or 60 miles per hour, I would say you'd expect around something like 33, 34 miles to a gallon. I've not really had much more than that. I think I've got 35 once, but really 33, 34 is what you'd expect. And yeah, that's what you can expect around town, probably 24, 25 to a gallon, which is not amazing, but again it's an older car, 2.5 litre V6, not much more you can get from that. But I wouldn't really be buying this car for outright economy. If you're not doing too many miles and you want a comfortable everyday car, that's the main kind of reason of this car. It's got enough power to get you out. 204 brake horsepower from that engine sounds like a lot, but 0 to 60 I think still high 7 seconds, which is probably equivalent of like a 2 litre diesel or turbo diesel anyway, with 184, 190 horsepower. It never feels stressed, which is the main thing about this car and the engine. It's pretty decent. If I turn left here, put the foot down, just up behind a Ford Ranger now, it gets up to speed quite quickly, definitely holds its own around town, and nothing to worry about that. This one does have the optional paddles behind the steering wheel, which is quite nice. You can hit it over into sports mode. It is a gated shifter and you can go through the gears. I've done that a couple of times to get the most out of it, but it's really not what this car's for. And then when I'm driving it, it definitely doesn't feel like it wants to do that. It's probably more happy just being in drive and just doing its own thing, slushing between third and fourth gear as and when it pleases. This particular car has got loads of gadgets, especially for 2007. So you've got things like cruise control, we've got a touchscreen, Mark Levinson sound system, which is the premium audio system for Lexus. So you've got nice wee tweeters, turn it up.
Please apply water.
I was trying to find a radio station that's playing music. Yeah, so it sounds quite good for the radio, which is decent. I would obviously recommend getting a Mark Levinson sound system just because it is a class above and how good they are. It also has heated and ventilated seats, which is a big plus for this kind of size of car. Back in 2007, not many cars offered that unless it was a top tier, like LS, GS, or even like an S-Class or something like that, and now you can get it in a Lexus IS 250, which is pretty awesome. And not many C-Classes, I don't think you get it in a C-Class or a 3Cs back then. Heated seats you would be lucky to get, and this gives you that. Keyless entry, keyless go, a very modern feature as well, you don't need that. Electric folding mirrors. The reversing camera is a big plus as well, and it's got Bluetooth for your phone as well, so you can call your friends or your family. And again, all these modern features on a 2007 car is really good. It's I'm 5'11", kind of a little bit of a perch, but definitely plenty of headroom. Knee room's a little bit less than desired, but it's fine for short journeys. And the seats are pillow soft and comfortable, very much like an American car. It's crazy how much padding they are all across. Look at all that cushion, it's like a big sofa. Handling wise, I wouldn't be expecting this car to be top of its class. It's probably third, I would say. Definitely not as sharp as like a 3 Series or maybe even the A4, especially a Quattro one, but it's definitely got a bit of something. It's not as wallowy, and it's probably one of the most driver focused Lexuses you can get, other than like an LFA or something like maybe the LC500, which is a newer sports car of this era. Everything else like the GS, and from what I've read in the LS and the ES over in the States, are very kind of luxury barges, very comfortable, whereas this isn't comfortable, but it does have that kind of sporting potential. If you do push it around a country B road, you can feel that rear wheel drive setup working its magic. Go around this roundabout. Oh, a wee bit of tail out there. Put the foot down, and it kicks to life. You do have a sports mode, and you can turn traction control off at a touch of a button as well, but I just tend to leave that on. Sports mode now, you can see ECT power. It doesn't make too much of a difference on this type of car. Definitely on the hybrid ones you get a bit more battery volt around town, but I'll show you guys in a second if we get round this roundabout. Let's give it a wee bit of something. Probably in the wet, round a roundabout is not the most ideal situation, but yeah, power delivery is great regardless if it's in power mode or not. I can't say there's too much of a difference in this particular car, and I've not found it when I've tried it over my time owning this car. Quite like the size of this car as well. Parking's a dozzle, especially here in the UK. We've not got giant parking spaces, it's just like the right size. I always find this kind of size of car, 3 Series, 4 Series size, A4, A5 size, is just the right size for like car parks, multi-story car parks, just when you're in communal areas. Just the UK is not really built for big, massive, like 17 feet long cars. So even my mum's previous 5 Series was quite tough to get in some tight spots, and we're up here at Greenlaw Village right now, and it does parks with ease. So you can get parking sensors as an option in this, and it was fitted. One thing to consider as well, the facelift of this came out I think 2009 model year, so you did get things like indicators in the wing mirrors, updated infotainment, new tail lights, a wee bit refreshed headlights and colours and things like that. So if you're looking for one of them, look around that. And I think they also had an IS 200 that came out for that facelift to try and make the IS 220D a little bit more reliable. It was detuned, and I think they tried their best because they really struggled with reliability in that engine. Whereas the IS 250, this engine just seems to be pretty bomb-proof. There's a couple of common faults with the car. If you go on the forums, you can check all that out, but realistically it's one of the probably most reliable cars of this class, and especially this era, and this engine seems to be pretty easy to work on as well. It's not like like the V8 ones which I've got in the SC, you don't change the water pump or the chain, and it's not an interference engine like the V8s like in the Lexus SC, so you can, if something goes wrong, snaps, it's not going to destroy the engine, so that's one worry off your head. And so with regards to running costs, this car, as I mentioned, gets about 30 miles to a gallon. CO2 puts it in a tax bracket, I think it's about $330 for the year. I think I just got a reminder through for that. I paid it for half the year, but I think it's $330 or something like that for the full year. And insurance isn't too bad. I think I'm about 500 and something for the year. But obviously it varies depending on your age and where you live and mileage and things like that. But overall it's quite easy to run. If you want to buy one of these, you're probably looking at about £4,000, £5,000 for an earlier one with decent spec, not too bad mileage. And if you want a later one with very low mileage, you're probably be spending about £7,000 or £8,000. You can get a couple of kind of munter ones at about £1,000 or maybe high mileage diesels, but I'd probably avoid them just because they're going to cause you a lot more headache, and you could probably spend another £1,000 sorting them out. So I'm really trying to get a well sorted one, and that's kind of why I kind of went for this one as well, just because it's relatively been looked after. It's a couple of knots and scrapes of a 13-year-old car, but overall it's quite nice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on the Lexus IS 250. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Cars of Glasgow below, and check out my Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at CarsofGlasgow. I'll leave all that information below. If you've got any questions on IS 250, please let me know, and I'll see you next video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again. Ciao!